In terms of takeaways, there's several here. Obviously, know your customer, know what your customer thinks, know what your customer's pain is. Customer service is king. It always is. Every company I've ever worked with, if you can offer a better customer service than your competitor, you're going to get the business if everything else is on equal footing. And I've been lucky enough to see and work for companies that have offered better customer service. And I've also worked on the other side, companies that have a poor level of service always suffer in terms of complaints and customers that walk away. So develop, position and deliver your brand. I hope we showed you some examples of that, why it's important to understand your customer and the niche markets that you're in. Become a thought leader. It's very easy and very cheap to become a thought leader. It just takes effort and resource and time. To develop a kind of if you like, a stance in your particular market and be able to speak on that, either at a conference or symposium or on a blog or on your website or through your newsletter. Develop something that's unique and get you noticed. So content and search engine optimization for the website goes without saying. Visualize your brand. And there's a lot of companies that are out there that have fantastic products, but they find it very hard to visualize. I'm thinking of manufacturers, I'm thinking of engineering companies. By developing, if you like, media, animated media or movies, if you like, that show very simply what the product is. I mean, it's interesting when you talk to an engineer, PhD, he makes things incredibly complicated because it sometimes makes him look smarter than he is. But when you go to communicate that to the customer, the simpler you can make it, the easier it is for the customer to get it and then to move on. At some point he's going to need the technical details, but if you blast him in the face with technical details from the start, he most of the time gets put off. So leverage your customers, use testimonials, use case studies as much as you can, because that's what helps sell your business. If you can get a few customers on board first and leverage in the back of them, it's incredibly important when you're building the market. Follow up every lead prospect. I know that goes without saying, but it's amazing how many companies that I've been in that have a number of leads that nobody ever finishes or follows through. There's an initial call made, but it usually takes six or seven phone calls before you get to the next stage. A lot of people give up with that, so it's important that you follow that through. Measure your performance. Obviously, I now work for a performance measurement company, so it's incredibly important that you put key performance indicators down, not just across your business, but specifically within marketing. So how many leads you're generating, how many opportunities, what's your spend in terms of advertising, what's your spend on shows, how many people are coming to the shows. So it's important that you go through those so you understand that you constantly look at your budget, you constantly work out what's working and what's not. Don't underestimate or undervalue marketing. I hope I've given you a reason why you agree with that. Be focused and process driven. Again, it's incredibly important. You think of a product launch. Sometimes it can be a year-long process. There is a process to follow in terms of gathering market intelligence, understanding what competition is doing, developing a pricing model, developing a distribution model. This is all sort of led and contributed to by marketing. So it's incredibly important that you follow the 101s and not just sort of take a punt on things. Start niche and choose a market. I've really sort of tried to, and again, talking to entrepreneurs, that speaks a message to them. Look for an opportunity in a market. Be confident, you are a winner. There's so many businesses these days that people, especially from Northern Ireland, tend to look at their shoes a lot and say, yeah, we're all right. If you look at the American model, there's so many guys out there saying, we are the best. And there's no reason why people in Northern Ireland can't be the best. We have some of the best engineering, we have some of the best software companies in the world based in Ireland right now. We're just not very good at telling people.